They are not just animals. They are intelligent, aggressive, and evolving faster than anyone expected. Once wild boar sees control of an area, fear follows immediately. Fields destroyed overnight, livestock torn apart, and rural families forced to sleep with weapons close by. This is not a hunt driven by sport. This is containment. One mission, one objective: protect the community at all costs. The forest is quiet in a way that feels wrong. No birds, no wind, just damp soil beneath our boots and tension thick enough to slow every breath. A subtle hand signal breaks the silence. Movement in the brush. The target is close. Earlier this morning, we studied the ground carefully. Wide, deep tracks press into what Earth told a clear story. This was no ordinary animal. A solitary boar. Lone males are the most dangerous. Older, smarter, unpredictable. They move alone because they survived everything that killed the others. They don't panic. They don't rush. And they rarely make mistakes. Then it happens. A dark mass explodes from the undergrowth. Training takes over. Instinct locks in. I calculate distance, lead time, and the only safe angle that won't endanger my team. A wild boar's hide is thick, hardened by layers of dried mud, like natural armor. One wrong calculation doesn't just fail. It creates a wounded animal capable of charging with lethal force. We lose visual contact at the forest edge. Protocol shifts instantly. Observation tools come out. Thermal scans sweep every opening. The rules are absolute. Confirm the target, clear line of sight, safe backdrop. Miss even one, and the trigger stays untouched. This isn't hesitation. It's survival. Wild boars carry diseases that threaten livestock and humans alike. Removing one animal isn't just crop protection. It's biological security for the entire region. This is why discipline matters. This is why emotion is dangerous. We release our final advantage. GPS-equipped hunting dogs. The pressure forces the boar to break cover, charging blindly into an open lane. My heartbeat slows. I wait for that single fraction of a second where chaos aligns into certainty. Animals that lose their fear of humans become weapons themselves. Stopping them here prevents the next attack, on a farmer, a child, or an unsuspecting traveler. This is not about domination. This is about responsibility. And this is only the beginning. The first shot doesn't end the mission. It never does. A single wild boar removed from the field only creates a vacuum, and nature fills vacuums fast. The real danger lies deeper, where the rest of the sounder waits, listening, learning, adapting. As the forest absorbs the echo, we shift immediately. No celebration, no wasted movement. The remaining animals are already moving, slipping into thicker cover where visibility collapses and mistakes become fatal. Wild boars don't scatter randomly. They follow familiar trails, conserving energy, using terrain the way soldiers use trenches. We spread out, forming a wide containment arc along the tree line. Each position is chosen deliberately. Clear backdrop, controlled angle, zero overlap. Friendly fire is never an option. Every step forward is earned with patience. The dogs pick up the scent quickly. Their GPS markers pulse across the screen, showing the direction of pressure. The sounder responds exactly as predicted, turning downhill toward a natural choke point near the marsh edge. This is where planning matters. Weeks of studying movement patterns lead to moments like this. A dark shape breaks from cover, then another, then several more. The forest erupts with movement, but the team remains calm. Controlled breathing, steady hands. Shots are taken only when certainty replaces urgency. One by one, targets drop cleanly, instantly. No suffering, no chaos. But the most dangerous animals are still missing. Lone survivors often circle wide, attempting to flank the pressure zone. That's when we deploy aerial support. A drone rises silently above the canopy, feeding thermal data straight to the team. Bright signatures glow beneath the leaves. 3 remaining boars, holding tight, waiting for an opening. We reposition the vehicles, cutting off escape routes toward farmland. If they break through, crops worth millions are at risk. Irrigation lines, fences, entire harvest destroyed in hours. This is why landowners call us before it's too late. The dogs move again. Barking intensifies. Suddenly, a massive boar charges from cover, faster than expected, fueled by fear and rage. For a split second, it feels like the forest itself is attacking. Training holds. One clean shot ends a threat mid-stride. Silence returns, heavy and uneasy. We sweep the area slowly, confirming no movement remains. Every casing is collected, every path checked twice. This isn't just enforcement, it's stewardship. The land must remain intact for native species that don't destroy everything in their path. By late afternoon, the operation reaches its final phase. The sounder has been neutralized, the perimeter secured. Tonight, farmers will sleep without listening for movement outside their homes. Livestock will remain untouched. Crops will survive another season. But this victory is temporary. Wild boars are relentless. They adapt. They return. And when they do, we'll be here again, armed not just with rifles, but with discipline, data, and respect for the balance between control and conservation. Because this isn't a war against nature. It's the price of protecting it. As dusk settles over the land, the forest looks calm again. To an untrained eye, it feels like peace has returned. But those who work these fields know better. Wild boar control is never about a single day, a single hunt, or a single victory. It's an ongoing battle fought in silence, patience, and preparation. The damage left behind tells the real story. Deep trenches ripped through soil where crops once stood. Broken irrigation lines. Root systems torn apart overnight. This isn't random destruction. Wild boars are methodical. They learn where food is richest, where humans hesitate, and where defenses are weakest. That intelligence is exactly what makes them so dangerous. And yet, it's also what makes them predictable, if you understand behavior. Across regions where uncontrolled hunting failed, smarter strategies are now taking over. Data replaces impulse. Coordination replaces chaos. Instead of scattered gunfire that teaches boars to avoid humans, teams focus on containment, timing, and pressure. The goal is not noise. The goal is results. Every operation follows strict rules. Positive target identification, safe angles, confirmed backstops, no exceptions. One careless shot can end a life that isn't the target. That's why discipline matters more than speed. When animals lose their fear of humans, they don't just destroy crops. They wander into roads. They charge livestock. They threaten families. Disease transmission becomes a real risk. This is no longer just about farming. It's about public safety and ecological balance. That's why nothing goes to waste. The meat recovered during these operations is processed legally and donated through approved programs. Families in need receive protein that would otherwise be lost. It turns destruction into purpose, control into contribution. But even after the last animal is removed, the work continues. Trail cameras stay active. Sensors remain online. Farmers report fresh tracks immediately, because when one sounder disappears, another is already moving in from the shadows. That's the reality most people never see. This is not glorified hunting. It's applied wildlife management. It's long nights studying patterns. It's early mornings checking data. It's restraint when pulling the trigger would feel easier than waiting. And it's responsibility, knowing that every action shapes what happens next. The irony is impossible to ignore. The wild boar's greatest weapon is its intelligence. And that intelligence is exactly what allows humans to outmaneuver it. By letting the animal feel safe. By letting it trust. By choosing silence over force. That's how entire regions reclaim their land. Not through chaos, but through patience. As night fully takes over, the forest goes quiet again. For now, somewhere beyond the tree line, another sounder moves. Another threat forms. Another call will come, and when it does, the response will be the same. Measured, disciplined, relentless, because protecting land, livelihood, and lives isn't about dominance over nature. It's about learning how to live within it, without letting it destroy everything in its path.